A company's sales revenue is modeled by R of X. R represents the revenue, millions of dollars, and X, the number of products in thousands made per day. And the same company's cost is modeled by C of X, where C represents the cost in millions of dollars, and X represents the number of products in thousands made per day. We want to write an equation for the profit, P of X, and explain why this equation makes sense. So what you're trying to do is represent the profit. Well, it's best to, when you're trying to represent something like profit, for example, to actually just write out what is profit. And I like to use the analogy of a lemonade stand. Imagine that you have decided to make some money this summer by creating a lemonade stand. Well, there are two things that are going to influence the amount of money that you take home. The first is, how much money are you going to have to spend? What is the cost that it will require for you to run your lemonade stand? Supplies, if you have to hire a worker, whatever it may be. And then, of course, the money that you make. That's called the revenue. And the money you take home is going to be the revenue minus the cost. So profit, P of X, is simply going to be R of X minus C of X. And what is that? Well, we'll take R, your function, probably going to run out of room here. In fact, I'm going to run out of room right there. So P of X is exactly this function, R of X minus C of X. It's just a composite function, and so what we do is we'll just take whatever R of X is, and we'll subtract away from it whatever C of X is. And then whenever we plug in an X value, we'll be getting R minus C, in other words, the profit. So P of X will equal, and so our equation is negative 7.8x squared plus 86.1x minus 19. And this, of course, makes sense because we have taken the revenue and subtracted the cost. Now, part B wants you to advise the company as to how many products they should make per day. And we want to suggest them in a way that will obviously be beneficial. We want to make ourselves seem smart. So if you want to advise a company in a way that will benefit them, what would you try and do? Well, obviously, a company's goal is to make as much money as possible. And profit is the money that one makes. So if you want to advise a company well, you want to advise them in a way that will make their profit as big as possible. So what will make their profit as big as possible? Well, you have a quadratic function which models the profit. So if you could find when that function will be greatest, well, that's the X value, and X, of course, represents the number of products they make per day. You can then advise the company to make that many thousands of products. So we'd find the maximum of P of X. So the max of P, and the X value where that occurs will be negative B over 2A, which is negative 86.1 over 2 times negative 7.8. And whatever it is that we get there, that will be the X value. So that will be the number of products in thousands per day. So however many products that is, thousands of them per day.